Boom, boom. This is Ken. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Bleach Immortal Soul up today. So let's go ahead and take a look. We got a soul box up here. I think it was the day before yesterday. Yeah, we still got another day, so it won't be closing until tomorrow evening. So we got Flizen and of course Grimjow. So pretty good character. Grimjow really hasn't lived up exactly to the actual level that we was hoping. But the UR version's not that bad at all. So if you might want to take this right here. But yeah, two pretty good characters depending on what you're looking for. But version 2, and this, I think he's version 1. I think he was created at the time of the game. So I think he came out with the beginning of the game. But it's a standard, it's a standard soul box. So you have to use Soul Jade. Or these special soul box tokens, which you can only get by purchasing with real money. So, I'm not going to go for it simply because of the fact that I only have, now thought, and neither of these characters are ones that I'm interested in using at this point. But if either of them are in your team, or if you're planning on using them, now's the time to go for them inside of the soul box. All right, so the Halloween event is also continuing. The actual haunted house exploration today was quite interesting. Pretty big screen. I actually completed that on my phone. Interesting. I completed this on my phone this morning, but it doesn't show in here. It shows being 100% because I already completed it. But it's a huge screen. You just basically walk through it, and it reveals everything. You just keep going through it, and you'll come to places where you can, plot back to the beginning, things like that. But it's basically the same as before. There's nothing I'm not going to find anything because I've already got all the things. But you'll find pumpkins and whatnot in various places throughout the screen. You of course have to gather the 3 items that are needed to open up the chest at the end. When you open up the chest at the end, you'll get some witches' hats that you can use in the summon. Yeah, I won't bore you with that, but that's basically how it is. Again, nothing you have to fight. You see the pumpkins, jump on them, get rewards, collect the 3 items at the end of the, you get the chest, and you get some hats. I got enough hats today. It's enough to make a pool, so I made another pool today. So I've done the pool 50 times. I've been getting some of my replied to my video. They said it's taking usually about 100 and basically between 130 and 120. One said he got it at 120 summons. One said he got 130. So basically that's about where you're at. So I've done 50 summons so far. We're at the we're not quite at the halfway mark. This is actually, I think this is actually a little bit better in terms of the gating. I've actually been a little bit surprised. I've managed to get some shards for her. I managed to get 26 out of 70 shards, so I'm not quite to halfway. I did hit 110 once, which is what gave me most of the shards, which is why I have 26. Otherwise, I'd have 16. But yeah, so it seems to be, I'm definitely probably gonna get more than the travel series. The choice I only got 34 on that one, 26. But still, you're gonna have to spend quite a bit of. Soul Jade. There's some people saying that it's free to play. No, not if you pull on soul boxes. If you pull on soul boxes, like I do for my team, then there's not enough. There's not enough Soul Jade to go around where you can do it from. I could serve my Soul Jade exclusively for soul boxes. I don't use it for anything else. And I could pull on this 3 times. Okay, and I might go ahead and do it. I'm trying, but I've been looking on the Bleach, the Bleach leaks biz, and it seems there's a soul box out there, another soul box out there, that might be interesting to me. So that might have one of my team. So I'm not exactly sure if I do want to actually pull on this, or if I want to wait until the next soul box event runs around, but. I don't know. I got plenty of time to decide on that. This event's going on for another 7 days, so there's no rush. So I might go ahead and pull on that when the time comes. But yeah, so that is a good soul box event if you use Flizen or Grimjow inside of your actual your main teams. Now, in terms of the actual events, I have opened up the next chapter. I did complete the elite stages. These elite stages are not very well gated. As you can see, there were several where I was unable to complete. There's one way back here which I only got 1 star on. Right here. He, I, it's to the point where I'd get 3 stars, or you get 1 star because love. It's a one level, uh, mode. So you go into it. It's love, and then 3 in the back behind him. Love does. He has a ton of hit points. You attack him. You'll do some damage, but the key is you got to get him below half, because you're only going to survive 2 rages. The first rage takes you down about half, and the second rage finishes you off, and you only have a couple of people left, mainly your tanks. Partially is you can't take out your attackers to make more survivability, simply because of the fact that if you don't, you won't do enough damage to actually get him down on the second one. So you got to get him down to 1 rage, and I've got just this. He has just a teeny weeny bit, literally could have probably less than 100 hit points left when but he went on his second rage, and that got me down. So it's really unfortunate, simply because of the fact that I'm maxed right now. I can't get any higher until I complete the story mode. So I just decided to skip over these. I went through them and did them as much as I could. I didn't record it because my as I said before in a previous video, I have been having microphone issues. I just got those resolved now. So, but I did do these, and I did manage to get. You needed 1157. I got 1158. But as you can see, there's several in here which I lost. 1 or 2 people. It's just they're not gated very well. I'm really scared. The story is probably going to be ridiculously difficult, but I need to get them. I need to go to Prison Blue. I'm maxed. Everything is maxed. My entire team is maxed out. I can't go any farther in anything. The actual to do any upgrades, or I'm sorry, to do any enhancements for the character requires 27. So I'm stuck from that. That's the same with the profile. For the people, for the equipment, as you can see, I need 27. So, my team is maxed as far as it can go until I get into 27 and start clearing that, so that I can start gathering mats to bring it up. So we're a little bit. It's really. This will make or break the game. 27 will. For me, at least, it'll make or break the game. And I'm pretty. Not, let's just say I'm not. It doesn't look good. Let's put it that way, because you have to 3-star 27 so that you can start gathering the mats. Okay, if you don't 3-star it, you can't use the sweep to gather the mats, and that's the only way you're going to be able to do anything in any reasonable time frame, is if you sweep it. So it doesn't look good with the elites being as hard as they were. And the way the story stages are in the last stage, and like I said, I still have 2 stars that I have not gotten in this one. I mean, I've completed 26, but yeah, there's 2 levels in there. These 2, which I have been unable to beat. Okay, and this is the previous story, so you can imagine what the next is going to be like. But what we can hopefully do when we do it is try to get halfway through it and get 3 stars on most of them. That should open up enough for us to get a little bit more mats, level up a little bit more, maybe get a character or 2 into Prison Blue, and then we should be able to knock these out, and that will allow us to advance forward to 27. That's the hope. That's the way 24 worked out, and that's the way 25 worked out. 26, we'll have to see with the combination of 26. Being able to get through some of this to help you finally completely clear this. And then hopefully allowing you to get a little farther and just inch your way through 27. But that's what we'll have to see. But it doesn't look good because of the way, if the story stages are set up the way the elite stages are, it's going to be difficult. My team's extremely well rounded. You will need tanks, okay? Uh, the problem is they're giving a lot of hit points and damage to the characters that you're going up against, and that's what's causing the problem. They've over leveled those characters, the enemy characters, and it's making it difficult for a standard max team to go through. Uh, this is unfortunate. It has to do with the fact that they've only got, I think, the way I'm hearing is that they've been only dedicating like 1 or 2 devs to this game, which is why we're not seeing any content except for this Halloween event. Before this Halloween event, you know, we had the travel season event, but those events, as you can see, aren't as elaborate as the first set of events were. I mean, there's no fighting inside of this event at all. It's just basically going through clear through levels. I'm happy that it's easy to do, but I would like to see a little bit something a little bit more exciting. You just, you know, jumping through and collecting the items. Yeah, there's no type of, you know, fighting event or anything like that, so it's a little bit boring in that terms. But you know, and the character attainment, you know, it's probably not going to happen. But if I do get close to this, but I'm hearing that the character's broken. If you want to go, if you go to the Bleach, if you go to the Discord, they're saying that it's broken. Okay, it doesn't work right. The skill set that she has, which is unfortunate. And the way they're sounded is because of the way that it's broken. It has to do with the way they get the witches' hats or something like that. It makes her completely useless. She literally doesn't function the way she's supposed to. So unless that's been fixed, I'm not going to, of course, waste soul jade on her. But if I understand correctly, it seems like the dev, I guess it's just one dev on the team, has been made aware of it. And he's so they're aware of it, so they might fix her before and make her a useful character. We'll have to see. But yeah, if they get that fixed and it turns her, she sounds like she has a pretty good skill set for survivability. So we'll have to see if that's something that we want to look at. But yeah, so we'll be doing the stages probably here in a day or two. We'll go into story mode and we'll just do the story mode. I'll record it now that I've got everything fixed microphone wise, and that's all been taken care of. And we'll just see. But yeah, based on the difficulty, usually in the elite stages, I don't have much trouble getting the stars. There's always been 1 or 2 of the elite stages that's been a little you know, misappropriated. It's not in the right spot. It's just a little too tough. But that's okay. That happens. This one was not like that. This one was several of the stages were like that. I was really actually surprised that they gave us enough, opened up enough of the elite stages so that we could actually get enough of the stars to go into 27. So I was really impressed with that. But so we got enough to open it up, so we'll go ahead and do it, and we'll just see how far it goes. But like I say, if I can't start clearing 27 with 3 stars, then there's really no point. Not a lot I can do in terms of that. I'm focused on my team. It's a well-rounded team. Got some tanks, attackers. So if I can't carry any of those to 3 stars and go into the next level, Prison Blue, then there's really not a whole lot that can happen in that. But we'll have to see. I've got it open. I've just got to do it at a max, so there's no way I can max out anymore. I'm in the process of bringing up Orihime for healing. I'm seeing if I can get her up enough. I've got her at 4 stars right now, but I'm in the work getting her up. She's my last, you know, the last quote bastion of capability that I have. Anniversary Ichigo and Christmas Orihime. Got Anniversary Ichigo. He's all set. Okay. So him, or hopefully her, or quite possibly him. He's a tank. I'm going to try to run some of the stages if I need to with him to see if that helps. He's going to have a little bit more survivability than Full Ichigo, because Full Ichigo is not a tank. He acts like a tank, but he's actually a supporter. And the reason he's not a tank is because for him to survive, for him, he you know, rage still life stealing, but he has to hit to do it. If he's dead, he can't hit. So and he gets taken out pretty fast. So, but he's a tank, as you can see. Tank. Okay. So, and he plus he survives support. So I may be able to utilize him in some of the situations if I die too soon. We'll just have to see how that turns out. But I do have a fallback. If that doesn't work, then the fallback will be an Orihime, who has the most. She has the best healing capability inside the game. So that's why I'm bringing her up. Okay, so those are my two secondary, plan B, so to speak. They're not, they don't really give us enough mats and enough Omni shards and whatnot to actually level up characters exceedingly fast. So that, it might not work, but we'll have to see. In the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and continue running through the, Halloween event. It's not, it's a little bit boring, but it's got its things. I'm really upset that they don't have any, Christmas or Hime items or anything like that in here. Maybe we'll of course see it in the next event, which is Christmas. So that'll be a good chance to maybe get her into 5 and 6 stars with some shards. I do have 10 candies, so I will end up purchasing these time tokens. Okay, I'm just holding off, and I'll do it towards the end of the event. The time tokens, of course, can then be used inside of the shop. Inside of the event shop, and you can then purchase that. My goal is to get enough of them to get Orihime's gloves, because that's her awakening item. So that's my goal, to do that. So, but I was hoping that they would actually have these items inside of the event where you could possibly get them some other way, and, or maybe get a large amount of tokens. I'm not thinking about maybe like 20 or 30 inside of the event, but yeah, you can only get the 10 using the 10 candy. So I'm probably going to be able to get, I'm hoping that I can get, enough of them, but it's good. We're like at the halfway mark, and I do actually have enough to get, 10 of the tokens. So I'm hoping maybe in the second half of the event next week, because it's continuing for another 9 days. It's another 7 days actually. Maybe I'll be able to actually get 20 tokens, which will put me halfway to Orihime. And then I'll be able to purchase some using the coupons, another 5 that way, which will put me really close, put me like maybe 25 of time tokens going into the Christmas event. And maybe if the Christmas event, then maybe they'll have stuff set up. Maybe I can get another 20, and guess what? I'll be able to actually get her gloves. So I'll have her awakening weapon, which will make her much stronger. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's the long-term plan, if you will, but we'll have to see whether or not that pans out. So, not it's not looking good in terms of that, but we'll make it a decision after we do the story mode. See how well that goes, and then we'll fall back on the Christmas event with the Christmas Orihime anniversary. We'll fall back on them for the next few months and see how things go, and hopefully, by maybe next year, January. We're not that far away. We're only 60 days away. It's the 1st of November. So, November, 30th, December, January next year. So we'll see if that helps out. And then that's the long-term plan, at least for the next couple of months. We'll just have to see how it pans out. But like I say, yeah, if you go into the Discord, you can find out a lot of what's going on. Apparently there's only like 1 or 2 devs working on this game. So that's why has not been a lot of new content. That they just keep rolling out the same type of content. They got the treasure trials. The Halloween event is identical to the travel season event, which we had a couple of months ago. It's identical. They just changed. It's just exactly the same format. They just changed and made this little stage where you jump around on like Scarecrow. But the actual format is virtually identical to the travel season. So there wasn't much they had to change. It's enough for one person to actually, make the changes to make it look different and then roll it out in the same thing. I'm hoping they do a little bit more inside of the Christmas event. But if they've only got one person, it's probably going to look very similar to Halloween event and travel season event. And that's a little bit on the boring side. So we'll have to see. We're at the cusp, so to speak, of whether or not it goes up or it goes down, as do most mobile games. The game's been out for a couple of years, so it's not surprising. I started playing it at its inception, and I've been playing it regularly ever since. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait. You know, with one dev working, it's not a lot they can do, so we have to be cognizant of that and take it like a man, as they say. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a video here in another couple days, and we'll go ahead and we will do the story mode, and we'll see how it goes. I got a few things I want to brush up before I do that. But the next video, that's what we should see. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you're subscribed, you'll see the bell. If you click on the bell, YouTube generally notifies. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do notify whenever I do drop a new video. Also, remember to like and share the video, as it does help the channel immensely. So this is Kendrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.